Yeah, power banks and pocket cinema cameras. I think last quarter of 2020, somebody posted about using this Romos power bank with his pocket cinema camera. I got mine in January 21 and I posted in the Facebook groups on pocket cameras about using it and how I was getting 7 hours out of it. Anyway, first thing first, in order to use PD power banks with the pocket cinema cameras, you need to have a special 12-volt cable like the blind spot. I think they're the ones who first started this. I also have the Anderson cable. This is a long one that I use it with a gimbal so that I could put the power bank on, a belt. Different manufacturers make these cables. Get any one you want if you want to use power banks. They're pretty much all the same thing. The two different power banks that I use are the Romos, and I also have the Basis, the 65 watt. This Romos is an 18 watt. I will explain why it works for the 4K, 6K. However, I do recommend people getting better power banks like the Basis that have higher specs. You have 45 watts, I think there's some 30 watts, and just get something better than 18 watts. Let's kick this off by going into run times. Let's record on all of these. Now, 50% battery, we're 3.5 hours. Yeah, so yeah, that's 50% battery. Now we hit 6 hours and we have 16% of their Besser's battery left. 6:42 and the Romos dies. Yeah, I'm not even joking, man. The batteries have been flashing 0 for 19 minutes. Thinking, did I leave a battery in the compartment? No, I couldn't have done that. I mean, at this point, man, it's like I don't even know what o'clock in the morning. I haven't slept. I did 6 hours prior and busted the test because I had OIS on one of the lenses on. I had to start again. Man, I'm way too tired for this shit right now. And then, I start having a conversation with a friend of mine in Greece, Hollywood wedding films. And I mean, we're having a laugh because I'm really confused and I'm getting pissed off because I'm telling this thing to just die, hurry up and die so I can go and sleep, man. This thing doesn't want to die. I mean, it's like, come on, what sort of, black magic voodoo nonsense is this battery, man? It finally dies. 7 hours, 44 minutes. Flashing 0 for 40 minutes. My handheld rig has a monitor. This is the Portkeys LH5H, which can be powered with 5 volts. So the best power bank can power both the camera and the monitor at the same time. Now, let's see how long that runs for. Okay, 4 hours 40, and it's on 4%. Yeah, it's not going to last much longer. Okay, yep, and it's done. Done, 440. A lot of you might have a monitor that doesn't take 5 volts. It has to have something up to 12 volts, some even more. For instance, this Field World 7-inch, it takes 12 volts in. Now, can you actually use this monitor with the power bank? You can. So how do we power a 12 volt monitor or something else? I've got the HDMI connected. I can plug this into the power bank. It's sort of like, come on. I can turn the camera on. Yeah, no power to the monitor, of course. Now to get that, this is what we need. We've all seen these little USB-C splitter cables. Right? So that's what you put into the power bank. And now, when we plug in this cable that is asking the power bank to push out 12 volts, 12 volts going both ways. So now we have a USB-C to DC. You can plug that in to the splitter, plug that into the monitor, we do have, all right, come on, let's turn the camera on. And now we turn the monitor on. Yep, we have an image. Let's get focus on that. And that's how you power a 12-volt monitor with the power bank and the camera at the same time. Now I'm going to show why you should be using good power banks that are at least 3 amps. Oh, what's that doing there? Here, I have a dead battery. Put that in the camera, turn it on. Yeah, blink a little bit, then it's gonna die. Yep, dead. So that's a dead battery. Now, plug in the power bank. Move the battery. Let's get focus on this. We can see it is, 12 volts. Turn the camera on. Okay, 1 amp. Press record. That's now 1.1 amps. So recording to SSD. The power OIS on the lens is on. Now I'm going to insert this dead battery. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, close. Still keep an eye on the amps. Keep an eye on the amps. Battery going in now. You see that has jumped to 2.5 amps. This is a 3 amp battery, so it can handle it. Now let's try this with the Romos and see what happens. Turn that off. Plug this. Remove the dead battery. And now, this is the Romos power bank. Get that plugged in. Okay. You can see 12 volts. Not really any amps. Turn the camera on. Again, it's 1 amp. Let's press record. Jump to 1.1. So to SSD, power OIS on. And now I'm going to stick in the dead battery. Well, that's jumped to 2.3. Look at the volts have dropped. So to 8 point something. Something weird is going on. This is 1.5 amps. So something is about to get fucked up. Do not do this. Do not do this. Let me turn this off quickly. And the other Romos battery behaves quite differently. Have a look. Press record. Power OIS on is the same, 1.1 amp. And now I'm going to insert this dead battery. I try to do this with one hand. Watch this. Okay, let me get focus on this so you can see it. Okay, now the battery's going in. It said, nope. All I'm going to do is just trickle charge the battery. Look at it. It's jumped down to 5 volts. That's all the power bank is taking. That's all it's taking. So what is actually running is a little bit of juice that is inside the battery, and that will soon die. So yeah, use much better power banks. Turn this off. I don't want to wreck my stuff. So can you use 1.5 amp PD power banks? Yes, but I would say please never ever do that. Let this just be the disclaimer. Don't do that. Because maybe one day you're going to forget that there's a dead battery in there and something ends up getting fried. You know, yeah, it will record to SSD. It will do this. We know that the draw is 1.1 amps, but get a 3 amp battery. Just be safe. Get a 3 amp battery. It works, 1.5, but just don't do it. I'm going to say this again and again and again. Don't do it. That's pretty much it, folks. Disclaimer. Nothing in this video is scientific. Use power banks at your own risk. If you're going to use one, make sure you're using one that is at least 3 amps. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. You all stay safe.